Hello everyone and welcome to Ice Coach Online Live. My name's Lloyd, I'm here with the lovely Anastasia, and special guest today is Olympic champion Gwendal Peizerat. For anyone who is wondering who he is and what he does, well obviously I've just said he's Olympic champion, messed up already, but here he is in action in his Olympic winning performance. That's his signature move that I'm sure I'd fall on my face if I tried. Here he is, end lift of the program, and he's going to come into his end pose, and here maybe he knows he's won, but at that point maybe he doesn't, but the man will tell us himself. Thanks for joining us, Gwendal.
Thanks for joining us.
Hey. Hello. Nice to see you both.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
So basically, on this show, we like to kick things off straight away with a few funny stories and things that people don't normally know about in the skating world. And some people called me out for having video proof last time. So for anyone wondering, I actually did a show with Gwendal, okay? So my story starts. Here I am. This is me and Gwendal, and we're performing together in a show. That's Muriel Zazoui, Gwendal's longtime coach, and also taught me for a good 3 or 4 years. So in this show, it was Holiday on Ice, and we had to jump off the ice and shake everyone's hand. Welcome to the show, welcome to the show, welcome to the show. And it would go very well, but sometimes you would shake someone's hand and they would enthusiastically grab your hand. They'd be like, oh yes, it's so great to be here. We traveled an hour to watch the show. We're super excited. And they'd give us a, they wouldn't let go, and you'd think, oh, you want to be polite, but you're thinking, I'm late for my number now. So I actually, and this happened once, I was so late for the number, I missed my choreography on the header, and then I had to run over to the ice quickly, and as I jumped onto the ice, this is what happened next. I fell immediately, and you can even see the girl with the red hair as I'm falling. She looks at me, and she goes, oh, Lloyd, you absolute bonker, and then carries on with her choreography. So these things, they happen all the time in shows, so, you don't have to be perfect, but that is my funny story for the day. I'm sure, Gwendal, you've had some things happen to you that is unexpected as well. Do you have anything you want to share with us?
There was one time when you now that you had to rush on the ice and you were late, so you had to rush. It reminded me of something, a very common thing that everybody does at least one time in his skater's life is going on the ice with your guard still on, right? But this happened to Marina. It was for the 6-minute warm-up. I think it was she wanted to go on the ice first because we were skating first. So she was like fighting with Barbara, all the girls that were there.
Yeah.
Had to be first,
to be sure she would be the one first on the ice. So she was a body in front of everybody, getting ready. The hand, come on, we have to be first on the ice, okay? And then the doors open, and she just jumped on the ice.
Oh no!
and so she was first on the ice, definitely. But then we all had to wait because she was in the entrance of the skate ring. That was not
No. A funny story to look back on though, but at the time you probably wouldn't have been too keen on it.
Oh my gosh.
But it's better to fall
right?
jumping on the ice in your skate guards before the performance than tripping over your toe during the performance, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, got it out of the system early.
Then you say, okay, I did my foolish thing, and I'm okay. There won't be any other problem during the performance. That's something you can, if you want to think about it positively, you can tell yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good way of looking at it. I mean, it might have even settled the nerves by falling, before the competition like that. I don't know, but I imagine she was a little bit annoyed when that happened. Especially since were you going to defend your title then, or were you trying to win the title, or was this when you were like lower down in the rankings?
No, we were. I guess we were defending our title at this time. I think I don't remember remember exactly which competition is opinions, but we spoke about it together before. We've got so many things to remember, so many competitions, so many shows, so many time we had to go on the ice, and everything start to be a blur, and everything is mixing. Except for Marina. Marina would remember everything, every moment,
Does she?
and every different. It was funny on tour for Champions on Ice. You know, Champions on Ice tour was in US, and we were touring a lot, many cities every day. They did that for I don't know, maybe 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And each time in the bus, she would say, "Oh, remember that the place where we missed up the opening? How do you those things? For me, all cities were just hotel and a skating rink, and that's all. That was all."
Yeah, the only things you remember, right?
Yeah.
She has a good memory.
Sometimes if we played the same venue again, we would get there and we'd be like, oh yeah, you know, I remember this, where there's no room on the backstage and you have no space, and in the dressing room you're all squished together, you know. So that's the ones that are very uncomfortable. You know, we remember them as funny events and things like this. So yeah, I know we had a few of those at Holiday on Ice, right, Gwendal?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few people saying hi from Hungary, England, Malaysia, from London.
Nice.
So if you're watching, everyone, get your questions ready, because we will start answering them soon, and hit us with the like button, and we're just going to keep going on talking until we get a few questions through, basically. And I'm actually going to kick things off with Gwendal right now, and I'm going to ask him, when you finished your free dance at the Olympics, did you finish it and think, right, I've got it in the bag? Or did you think, right, well, I've done all I can, I don't know if I've got it?
Well, actually, both. What we were sure is that we did we were very happy with our performance. But as usual, and that's another funny thing, people who knows us close, they know that Marina and I are 100% different in everything. Like it's like day and night, and the draw to know when we would skate our performance. I would number so that we would be the last to finish the competition, and then when you got your marks, and you can explode in the kiss and cry because you know you've got the marks and you know. But Marina would always want us to skate first, because every time we have been skating first in the past, we won. So she was very superstitious about this. She was very superstitious. She was always the one to draw for us.
Yeah.
And she always draw first. I hated it. She always draw first. That was the case for the Olympics.
Really?
In Salt Lake, she skated first on all the different events. The first compulsory, maybe not the second compulsory, obviously, but the first compulsory, the first of the group, the original dance, we were first of the group, and for the last event as free dance, we were first of the group, and that was horrible because we were really tight with the other skaters, right? To answer your question, when we finished this performance, we knew we did something great. Every time we skated great, the program we had won, so we were very happy. That's for sure. But then when we got in the kiss and cry and we've seen the marks, it was obvious that the judges had left one or two or even three couples ahead of us. It was possible, okay?
Yeah.
So to that, we had to wait 45 minutes to know
the rest.
What was going to happen for the rest of our lives. It's the kind of moment in your life when you believe in all kind of gods. Yeah, you're the most religious person you can imagine at
Yeah.
this moment.
Yeah.
Right?
You're
Yeah,
just
Allah,
like, please.
Yeah.
whoever,
Yeah.
even sure, whoever you get very religious at this time because there's and pray.
Did you
Yeah.
watch the other performers and like kind of, you know, when they were skating, would you watch them and you'd be like, oh, they performed pretty good, or would you watch them and you'd be like, right, they weren't as good as us?
I actually didn't watch, but I heard, because it was a crazy event on this night, and they had I remember Maurizio falling,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
the crowd would be crazy.
Yes,
It was in
that's
his
right.
so I could hear there was something happening
Mm.
in the crowd. I couldn't watch, and then Bona and Kratz did a great program, like perfect lift. I don't know what Victor did. It was overwhelming, and he went back on his butt, and
Oh,
he
no.
wrote
Oh.
the whole thing was crazy.
I remember
but
that
still,
fall too. Yeah.
the last one to be skating were Ilya and Irina.
The Russian team.
Lobacheva
Yeah.
Vergo.
Yeah.
And they were the closest to us, and they could have
Wow.
won the title the same way, and so it was like I was like this
Ugh.
for everything.
Yeah.
and so yeah, when we finished the program, we had no idea what was going to
Was it a
happen.
more stressful wait than the wait before you performed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when the wait before you perform is something that you're trained for. You train to, okay, I know I've been doing my job, I body, I know you know the timing, you know everything, and you're in control of yourself, because it's only you
Yeah.
and yourself and your partner, of course, but it's you and yourself. But after that, it's nothing about you.
Yeah.
The whole thing is out of you, and it's
Out of your
it's
hands.
out of you, and I really at this later on I've been my very good friend Stanning Jeannette years after that for Europeans. I've been in his program, and I was on the side of the rink for him to skate, and he got bronze medal. But at this moment when he went on the ice, I felt so weak, so not in charge of anything, and the emotion and the pressure and the nerves that it takes from you is way higher than what we have as skaters.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It gets you line, right?
Would you prefer to be performing so that you at least have the power in you to, like, you know, deliver the performance, as opposed to watch and trust in the student?
I always thought that when I was a skater. I always thought, yeah, of course, it's 100 times better to be on the ice and be able to be in control. But then when he got the bronze medal, and that was a great result for Stanik at this time, when he got the bronze medal, I felt more joy, more explosion of emotion, and more things that I could even live for myself when I was a skater. It's crazy. You get more stress before and more pleasure after. I found it really funny, because we were so drained at the Olympics when we got the medal. Even on the, I remember, that's another funny thing. I remember Marina saying, Olympics, well, when is it going to end? I want to go back home. I'm tired.
Oh my God.
Can you believe that?
No.
Wow,
I would have
okay.
never thought.
Yeah. She was so drained. She just, that's it.
But then you probably had
And
interview, more interviews.
Absolutely.
The thing, and I think you've been giving so much. and it's this syndrome of, okay, and now what for a skater? You know, it's for every top point that you reach for a climber. When you get to the top, okay, it's nice, but now what? Well, I have to go down.
Yeah.
And that's the most dangerous
Yeah.
part,
Yeah.
right? How to go
You've
down.
trained your whole life
From the
for
height.
that moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes, and it's even more dangerous to go down when you're in the mountain. And I think it might be even more dangerous for an athlete or anybody who gets really high in his life, to higher grounds, higher points, to be able to handle the way down. And that's where the accidents and the problems come.
There's an interesting question that came through, and I can I'll compare your experience to my experience because they were completely different, I can guarantee it. How did you prepare psychologically for a competition like the Olympics or for any competition? Is it the same as other competitions, or are there differences? And I can say from my experience at Olympics, which is definitely different to yours, I was gunning for a 10th place at best, we'll say. But ultimately, whether you're 10th, 12th, 15th, 20th, there's not a huge difference. You know, you've been there, you've performed, and you've performed for yourself to feel proud of what you've done, and you've enjoyed the experience. You know, so that's my experience, and it ended up being not a very stressful event compared to trying to qualify to even go there. Because for me to qualify to go there was a big stress, but it was different for you because you were going there. That was definitely going there. You've been there before. You got the bronze medal, and then there was this enormous pressure on you to win the event, essentially. So, yeah, I mean, what did you feel about that?
Well, you're absolutely right saying that it's more stressful to get there. Basically, to get there. That's what I felt. And for me, the most stressful competition of every season was European Championship, because it was the first big event where we would meet the strongest opponent, and that's basically set the season. The season was almost set on European Championship. And you knew that if you missed European Championship, it was really hard for the rest of the season. So I remember those European always be more stressful than any other. Both of my participation at the Olympics, that it was maybe the least stressful competition for me.
Really?
And why would it be? Different reason. First, I had 2 times the chance Olympics before Nagano. I was selected to go to Albertville with my former partner Marina Muriel. And we were how do you say
replacement? Alternative.
Alternative for the Duchesnes. And on this year, the Duchesnes had been there for Europeans, and we replaced them for Europeans. And they asked us, the federation asked us the same for the Olympics, to get ready to replace them. Well, to replace. Okay. And ready, and we tried the outfits for the Olympics and everything. I was really into it. And then 15 days before, they said that the Duchesnes opened. Hopefully that was good for them. Had to go, and so, well, that was there. I was really in to have the chance to go there, but well, not this time. And then partner. Then I was Miss Marina Anissina, and 1 year to get ready for the Olympics.
Oh wow!
In
okay.
Lillehammer this time. Really short, and Marina was just coming from Russia. She was not French yet, so we were citizenship, and we had to be 12 and during the practice, Marina broke her leg in two spots.
Wow.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
2 months and a half before Europeans. We had to get this 12th place to be selected, and it was really hard. But Marina is tough. She's really tough. She recovered really fast, and we managed to practice maybe a little bit less than a month before Europeans, and we participated in Europeans, and we were 12th.
Exactly 12.
The place we needed to be going to the Olympics. So we were like, yes, we got the Olympics. Yes, we got Lillehammer. So we tried the outfits. We are ready to go. Blah blah blah. And a little bit less than 10 days before, the federation told us that they couldn't get the citizenship, so we will go to Lillehammer.
Oh no!
And that was awful.
Oh.
That's maybe thing ever. That's the Olympics in my life, and I never watched. I never watched Lille.
You didn't.
And
wow.
Then first time, then we and so, as you know, in France we say jamais deux sans trois. It means it never happens 2 times without no, not this time. What's gonna happen this time? And so when I was on the ground at Nagano, I said, okay, now I'm there. And it was just a release. And so I had this from the Olympics. And so one of the first thing that comes is that your first feelings when you got important, and what happened at the Olympics is very important, because you have Olympics only every 4 years. So you don't have the chance to guide of you every year. So I think that some people are cursed from the Olympics. When they missed one, then they have good chance to miss it again the next time, because it's so it gets crystallized inside your body, inside your brain, and you 4 years after you're exactly in the same situation, the same position like this.
It'd play on your mind a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd play on your mind a lot if you know, knowing that they had the 2 negative experiences, and for that third one you're training hard to go there, but in the back of your mind you're thinking, am I going to get on the ice or maybe sprain my ankle, or I'm just going to get that phone call and say, oh sorry, or, you know, for whatever reason you're not going. It'd mess with you.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is so different than any other competition. You cannot erase what you have felt in the Olympics, because it's so different. The people around, the where you go, like the Olympic, the rhythm of the practices, and of course the look of the ice rink and everything that is around changed so much that when you get that good feelings, then you can keep it for years and years. And so when I was in Nagano, I was just blessed. And for me, I came there with that very good spirit. Okay, I'm here. That's good. And we had this very good result for first Olympics with a bronze medal. So I think I brought the same spirit when I get to Salt Lake, and that makes me feel a lot better for the competition. It's not the ISU type of energy when you get to it's the Olympic type of energy. So it's different. It's like a very
I suppose it's a bit like a regular Premier League football match and then the World Cup, different kind of event, right?
Yeah. And how do you prepare for that? Well, you really need to actually I can speak for myself. I had to accept the fact that I wanted, because it's not that obvious. Winning is not something that we have inside of us for sure, because it's scary when you win. It's scary. People hate you when you win. All the other skaters hate
you've got what they want.
they want your spot. You know what? Second spot is the best. People are hearing you. You should have won. It's a lot different for me. I was so much more comfortable in second place than first. One of my best thing I remember for my skating experience was Helsinki. Was the man in the Ironman second, and during the rest of the competition, everyone to me and say, "Oh, you should have won! Oh, that was great." And that's the moment of our skating skating life where we had more support from everywhere on the planet, because the people thought we should have won. Maybe it was true, maybe it was not, and it doesn't matter. What matters is that we had so much support, so much love that surrounds you at this moment. You feel like energy is flowing up to you when you win. It's energy draining out of you, and try to get what was the secret, or give me your energy. They're not here to help because you won't help anymore. Well, it's
exhausting
because you want to win next year, out of energy, and come back on the ice, and you know how it is to start back from scratch every year.
No, of course, it's tough. There's someone from France that left you a question, and he said, "Hi from France. Did you miss competition when you retired, or do you enjoy the freedom of it?"
Enjoy percent. No.
Oh my goodness.
No, I didn't miss training 6 hours a day up to 9. No, I didn't.
No one does.
No. Well, the only thing I could miss. The only thing I could miss, and we missed it later, the contact with the public and the performance and just skating. But training and practicing and competition, no.
Perhaps you missed that feeling after the competition when it was all done and you feel good, you did a good performance, you're happy. Not even? No.
Not even. A good party.
Did anyone ever try and get you to come back to skating and say, "Do you want to compete again?"
And Marina was the first one.
Really? Oh, Marina wanted
every Olympics, she's coming back to me and say, "What if we're coming back for the Olympics?"
Did she ask you for 2006? Because there was a lot of couples from 2002. They came back in 2006. Did she say, "Hey, Gwendal, you know, Barbara's coming back"?
Oh yeah,
the Lithuanian couple come back.
Yeah, that's right.
She asked for Torino, and we had pressure, a lot of pressure, even from the federation and from our beloved to come back for Sochi. Can you believe that? Sochi.
Wow, for Sochi.
Sochi.
Oof.
No way.
2014.
After like more than 10 years off from training, it would have been hard to get back into training, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah. No way. No, I didn't miss that. I didn't miss that. Marina was missing it more than me because she's more like what I believe is that I love sport. I love the interact with the public. Marina she loves winning.
Okay.
That's the thing. That's the really and of course when you're not competing. There's no winning. Well, she would always try to compare the applause and so she would do a little placement at the end of to know, okay, she would come back. Marina needs that to the will to go back on the ice and practice and do better all the time.
Get more applause next time. She wants more of this and
and that's why we got so high.
Yeah, that drive. There's a question here. What age did you start skating? 4.
4 years old.
Okay.
Aww.
Did you always do ice dance?
8. At 8, I was with my first partner already, and we were competing at 8 with Marina Muriel. I stayed with her until 20, from 8 to 20, 12 years. And then with Marina from 20 up to now. So that's...
Another 8 years,
Yeah.
Did you only do ice dance, or did you start with like a single skating or anything?
Dance.
Just
Ice
dance straight away, ice dance, yeah?
Ice dancer, and never go jump.
You never jumped a single jump. I saw you do a half loop in a program once.
Yeah, ice dance stuff, but
Yeah.
no. I'm no free skater. I need a lady in my heart.
That's when you're at your
Without
best.
a girl, I am no good.
Do you ever do a
Thank
show
you very-
and they say, "All right, Gwendal, in this number you're gonna skate around for like 3 minutes by yourself, and you're gonna do some spins and some jumps," and you're just like, "What, are you kidding?"
That's
No way.
Yeah, I draw the line.
no way. Lately, crazy because I had to go on a show. I built a number with my guitar. I was playing guitar and singing on the ice.
Okay.
Amazing.
It's a nice way to combine the two.
Yeah.
For anyone watching and wondering, Gwendal hasn't just picked up a guitar and thought, you know what, I'll just give it a go in an ice skating show. He is actually a musician, singer-songwriter, I think, if I'm not mistaken. You can find, he's got a website, gwendalpeizerat.com, if you want to listen to some of his stuff that he puts out. I've had a listen before the show. It's really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And he has a Gwendal Peizerat Music Facebook page. If you want to check out some of his stuff, I definitely recommend it. How long have you been playing the guitar?
Well, actually, we taught me to play guitar on Champions on Ice tour.
Oh,
Ben
okay.
Agosto. Oh.
Ben, a great
One of my
guitar player.
favorites.
And he's a great guitar
Yeah.
teacher because he's been very patient with me. And when was that? Something like 12 or 13 years ago. Champions on Ice tour, and he brought his little electric guitar. I plugged it into his iPod. Thing he was doing with that was crazy, and so I was playing piano this time. Piano player from 8 years old.
Okay, yeah.
Very
And
good.
and he showed me some. At the end of the tour, I was playing some pig music because
No way.
we have so many times we were playing in the bus, we were playing in the dressing room, we were playing at the hotel, we were playing in the airport, even the plane. I can play with my guitar. The other skaters were just dying. Mostly my partner, because they was killing their ears. But well, that was Marina is telling me now. Well, that was a good thing, even though I hate you at this time. Now it was very good thing that you starting Marina for that. And yes, I'm playing now in a band, and actually tonight I'll be live on Facebook, so you can go on my page, Gwendal Peizerat, play it on my personal page, not Gwendal Peizerat Music, because I've got more people following my page.
Okay.
And around 8:30, I'll do out of confinement.
Very
concert.
nice.
Very good.
We'll be checking it out.
We'll be sure to watch it.
It'll be late. We'll have a glass of wine and check it out later.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll smash them likes up for you.
During all this confinement period, I've been doing what I called the sunset song, and every night when the sunset arrived, I was doing just one song, and I did it every night. You can check on my Gwendal Peizerat page, and you can see that. That was very interesting, and I was very that was a lot of work every day to find a new song and to bring up a song that I could write even on the day. It was more difficult, but I did some like this. And yeah, music is my thing now, and I can find the connection even better than skating, because skating, when we perform, and you know it, Lloyd, and you know it too, that it's so hard. You feel a bit of the public, but it gives you some energy, but you cannot really communicate, definitely, a little bit during shows. And still, it's the 30 seconds at the end with the public, right? and that's a good thing. That's the feel, the energy flowing back to you. Imagine that on a full concert that could be 2 hours.
Yeah.
You get this connection all the time, and you can speak with them. And also, when I'm writing my own songs and my own music, so it's your very own soul that you give to the people.
I love that.
For the music stage is one of the best thing I know to public. It's even better theater. You are telling a story that has been written by somebody, and when you're playing your music, it's your guts that you give to people, and they're giving back so much. I love it.
Yeah.
If you know how to play music, go for music.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben, because everything started with
I
Ben.
love that story that Ben taught you how to play guitar. I love Tanith and Ben as skaters, and we would always go see Champions on Ice, and it's just funny to think that that's what you guys did to pass the time together.
Yeah,
I love
that's awesome.
that.
I got a question down here, Gwendal. How did you decide to start skating? Did a skater inspire you? How did you discover ice skating? Well, you were 4 years old at the time. How did that work?
I was 4, so it's basically my sister. So she's 2 years and a half older than me, that wanted to go skating, and we were skating like we were living maybe 3 rink in Lyon.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we all went to the club, my parents and my sister and I, and that's how it started. Aww. And then my coach, who is still my coach, Muriel Zazoui, who spoke about earlier before, and she's the one who discovered me on the ice, and we decided to put me to make the partnership with Marina Morel at 8, and she's still my coach now. So it's
wow.
Yeah, a long time.
Coach.
She was your only coach, was she?
She has been my only coach, my only principal coach, because then very intelligent from Muriel, and she's still doing it, is bringing other coaches to work with her, sending us, working with all the coaches. I've been having all the best coaches in the world.
Can say
from Betty
something.
to,
something I.
Christina to Chris and Jane. I would forget Chuk. Tarasova. Who else? All of them. All of them.
One thing I'd like to add about the coaches thing, I think something that's unique about Muriel is she taught you from day one on the ice right up to Olympic champion. So that's a coach that can take someone a child has never skated before and take them up to the highest possible point. Now, a lot of coaches, can only teach like to a certain level, and then the student needs to go on to another coach to go to the next level. Or certain coaches excel at taking a skater who's already phenomenal and just giving them that little bit extra to get them to the top level. But Muriel really, with you, she did everything that you could do to go through all the stages. Yeah. And I think that's really like a testimony to what an incredible coach she is.
Yeah. Very true.
Definitely.
So,
is really good.
Here's one. Do you eat before big competitions?
Yes.
3 hours
before. A lot of.
But how was the food when you were competing, Gwendal? Because I can share an experience from Skate America, and I don't know if you had similar experiences because you're American, so you competed there more than me. But they would always feed you at the the hotel where you'd stay. They'd have a catering service, and I remember I had the free dance to do, and I was like, "What have we got? Okay, oh great, there's it's Chinese curry and chips." And like, or a burger. Yeah, and I was, there's absolutely nothing appropriate for what I need to eat right now.
No, yeah.
Definitely. Okay, so yes, I would eat 3 hours before. Never anything in sauce, like no sauce.
Okay.
Nothing.
So just bland.
Only as simple and dry as can be, like just pasta, just plain pasta. Basically, I would not go too much on meat, maybe a little bit, but not too much. And fruit.
Fruit is always good.
Well, basically that 3 hours before a competition.
Well, okay, yeah. So just give yourself the energy and no surprise, energy drops, no peaks from the sugars or anything.
Of course, some vegetables, if there's some carrots or something very light, easy to digest.
Would Marina be the same? Because I know, like, we eat differently to each other when we're performing, because our requirements are a little bit different.
We do, yeah.
No, Marina is 120% of me. Marina would not eat. Sure.
Oh,
she was
like nothing.
Like 3 weeks.
Wow! Wow!
Oh my goodness!
I'm not sure many dietitians would recommend. Okay, you've got the big competition coming up. You're going to stop eating for 3 weeks.
Well, Marina extreme. So I guess on the day of the competition she would get salad mostly.
Okay.
Salad and
Did you ever feel though when you were skating with her like, oh, I wish she ate more than that salad because she's getting tired?
No, actually, it was I could feel it in her mood.
Oh, okay.
The mood was worse when she was not eating, and but actually, her weight didn't make much difference because when Marina felt she was too heavy, she would make she would hold herself more because she knows she has to make an effort so that it would not be too hard for me, which was not very hard anyway. But and the opposite, if she felt that she has been doing so much effort for losing weight and everything, she would be more like, okay, I did my part, do your job now. I'm skinny, now do your work. So it would...
I imagine with that will to win she had, she would, like, no matter how rough she was feeling or tired, she would always give it 100% because she had that, desire, the burning desire to be the best, to win, to,
Burning. It's more like, it's not burning desire, it's exploding desire. It's blasting everything around.
Okay.
And I know that what I did in my competitive life without this winning energy that Marina has gotten into herself is so strong and so big. And she knows also that she couldn't have done it without somebody able to support the blast that was always burning everything around her. So I was here to balance this passion that she has, and well, it was something that nobody could have bet on working on. We were so different. We're so not matching into our character, way of life, but on the ice it was something that it worked. It was magical.
Maybe that clash made the passion and the emotion more.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, passion, and we get connected on that.
It was quite a famous thing. You were known for the big drama program.
Everything is different.
Here's what we actually got. Stefano Caruso watching, which I'm sure you remember. You've met him many times.
Ciao, Stefano.
Hello, hey Stefano. He said, "Nice to see you and chatting. If you could choose one partner besides Marina of any era/time of skating, who would you like to skate with and why?"
Ooh.
You can have any woman, Gwendal. Who are you gonna have?
I know. That's a hard.
You don't upset anybody now.
Yeah.
Very hard. And I'm not sure I'm ready to support the blast of taking the chance to marry.
You
Well,
wanna be
Mar-
careful who you say now. If it's her biggest rival.
it's like I asked somebody married if he could get any other woman.
Ooh.
Who else would he choose? Yeah, you know, you have to be very careful with when you say things like that. Stefano, you know Marina. I know this is a truth. You want to trap me on this. I will survive.
You hear that, Stefano? You're getting called out.
Always be careful with Italian.
Oh, that's funny.
No, you know, the one I've always been impressed by when I was a young skater. Was that Natalia Bestavyanova?
Okay.
She really impressed me with, and finally I got the kind of clone with the passion that Natalia had when she was on the ice. So I think that was very very powerful, the way she would put. But you know, I think there is no perfect matching with a partner, and the work is so hard. You can choose the best person, somebody you can love, somebody you can be with, or the best skater or the best performer. You never know what's gonna happen if you have to be able to support 6 to 9 hours of practice a day together with that same person for years and years and years. So I think it was all for the best, and it happened like this. Well, it was a good thing. But there's many good skaters now that I would like to be their partner. Like I would like to be on the spot of their partner. Like it's like when you watch when you watch a fashion show. Yeah. Oh, I would like to have that woman. She's so beautiful. She walks so well. Blah blah. You know the person.
Is that something? Because someone asked a question. What sort of things do you think about when choosing partners? Which is quite an interesting topic. And
It is, yeah.
I mean, at a high level, like you competed, and in slightly less high level that we were competing at. It can be very important, the kind of the look of the partnership, how well you match on the ice and things like this. It's a difficult question, really, isn't it?
A lot goes into
the matching, physically matching is then, and then you have to be able to trust that this person you're gonna be with will never stop. Will never stop until she or he gets what he or she wants. Because at the end of all thing, it's not talent, it's not only work, it's the way you are able to go on until you get what you want. Because you never fail until you stop.
That's an interesting point you're saying, Gwendal, because I had one of my supporters on Patreon had left a message of a question that he wanted asking, and he said, what do you attribute to your skating success? Because many skaters skate for years and do not achieve your level of success. What do you attribute to your particular level of success? It's a tough question.
Let's say 5%. Maybe 80% work and will to carry on. Work and will to carry on. So we're at 85. 5% chance.
So luck,
luck,
and 10% people around you. I just made it up.
I'm pretty sure that adds to 100. So
I
at least
just
that's
made it
good.
up. So be completely wrong, but is that when I was on the podium on Salt Lake City, I just remembered all the skaters I knew throughout my skating lives. Those were on the ice with me when I was 8, those were on the ice with me when I was 10, the other when I was 20, and I was 30 by the time I was on the podium. And I thought to myself, well, I'm the last of this whole bunch of people that were skating with me, some lot more talented than I was, some lot more willing to win than I was, some more beautiful, some richer, some well, whatever. But at the end, it's the one who lasted, it's the one who worked, it's the one who hold it, even though it's been really hard for many times. It's mostly a hard work and dedication, I think. Enthusiasm can help also.
Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it. I like that.
Yeah.
We have to start wrapping up soon because I know that Gwendal has to start rehearsing for his concert tonight.
I hear they're playing, or I have to.
Yeah, so just the last thing I want to cover is this was good. Is there any motivational message you would like to share to skaters out there to not stop skating just because they didn't make it to the Olympics?
At the end, you never know who you are pleasing. So maybe you're not first, but somebody somewhere on this earth who is watching skating just because you are skating, just you. And maybe it's not something worldwide, maybe you just skate place and you will not go to Europeans or worlds or but maybe somewhere, someone in the public is just coming here just for you. And we will change somebody else's life because you're entertained when you skate and you're inspiring. How many people you will touch?
That's a really nice message.
Maybe it's only
very well put.
It changed one person. Do it.
Yeah, I like that, Gwendal. And the final thing I'm going to ask you before I let you go is a good question just came in at the bottom. Would you ever like to see someone skate to your music?
Oh.
I did that. I've seen that. Oh, that was another funny thing. When was I think we were skating on Carmina Burana this time, and I was in the hotel. The free
dance
competition. So the last event of the competition, and at the hotel watching TV, and they were the first group of skaters on the ice. And then I saw the Chinese couple skating to Romeo and Juliet, using exactly the same movement that we were doing.
Wow. Okay.
And well, that's something. Well, I love that. Yes, of course, because it's always
They wouldn't have done it if they didn't like what you did. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, that was a great question. I think that's all we had time for today. Just because I know Gwendal, he's a very busy man, has to get back to get ready for his concert that everybody can tune in and watch later. Actually, you can see him playing his guitar. So
join in at around 8:30 French time for the sunset. It's a bad weather today, so the sunset might not.
But the music will be good, so it's okay.
The
So you can follow us at Ice Coach Online on Instagram, at Stasia Olsen. We've got at Gwendal Peizerat as well. And if you head to gwendalpeizerat.com, you can find all the information about his music. And make sure you check out his live stream tonight of him playing as the sun goes down. We hope to see you there. We will be there with a glass of wine, enjoying and smashing that like button. Any closing comments, Gwendal?
Well, thank you very much, Lloyd. It was very nice to do that with you. And anytime, and maybe we'll be on the ice on the same ice
Perfect.
together
That'd be
one day.
awesome.
Thanks
Okay.
for joining us.
Thanks, guys, and we will see you next week for another live show. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.